Hey guys, Carrie Creation here. It has been a couple of weeks since Art Fight, and therefore a couple of weeks since my last stream. And even though it's taking me longer to recover than I had hoped, we are going to push through and just do maybe just a short stream today so that I don't fall completely out of the habit. So we're just going to do really chill. I'm going to probably just at least try to get through a sketch of my character Bryn. I have seen a couple of videos of a trend in the shorts where you draw your character and then make them into like a cartoon version from a kids show cartoon version, and then a manga version, and then a video game version. And I thought that would be fun. So the first step to that is drawing Bryn as she is, and I've only got a couple of drawings of her, and basically none of them are complete to a way that I'm happy with them, so let's see if we can do something today. It has been a while since I last drew a face, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it. I'm also trying to figure out if I want to give her, like, draw her in her armor, or I don't know. How do I even draw? Oh my gosh. pretend that's a nose. Maybe we have to put the eyes in so I can figure out the face. Oh my gosh. I really thought I was going to be able to keep this chill and not stress myself out. Joke's on me. I also chose the character with feathers, and there's nothing chill about trying to draw feathers well. So I don't know why I do this to myself. Though if I put her in her helmet, I can hide a lot of them. So maybe that's the best option here. Hello, Chad Trips. Sorry if you've been there for a little bit. I have been so distracted trying to figure out how the hell to draw again. Welcome to the stream. My little personal hell that I'm creating for myself trying to figure out what I want to do. for anyone who watches this who knows anything about armor, I apologize because I don't know anything about armor. So this is going to be probably really infuriating to some people. We're going to use the excuse of fantasy armor. The women's fantasy armor excuse. You know what? The flip didn't go as bad as I thought it would. It actually kinda worked. getting somewhere, maybe. She probably needs her ears at some point. But, how do I draw ears? Oh. Hello, Injustice. Welcome to the stream. The chill stream that's very quickly becoming watching me struggle. How have I been? I'm a bit worn out from art fights still, but on the mend. Actually deciding that I'm very happy with how this sketch is coming out, and feeling very much like I should only ever do portraits in the future, because, or like specifically sketch portraits in the future, because I feel like if I tried to make this a finished artwork right now, I'm gonna ruin it. That, you know, the generalized artist fear. That's what we're dealing with right now. And the temptation to only ever do the one thing that I'm comfortable doing forever. Unfortunately, we all know art can't really work like that. that kind of shape is what we're going for with the hair. Let's try and figure out exactly how we want to. Thank you, dog, for reminding me that I didn't close my bedroom door. Am I even streaming if the dog doesn't bark? Just a moment, sorry, pouring myself a drink. Fun fact, during the course of Art Fight last month, Infant dunked my old drawing stylus in a big cup of liquid that I had on my desk. I had some soft drink on my desk, and Infant decided to put my drawing stylus in it, so my drawing stylus stopped working. The fun fact here is that during Art Fight, Infant also decided to climb on my desk chair one evening, and then tried to push past me to get to the drawing tablet, and in that whole mess, between the two of us, we somehow broke my desk chair, so now I slowly slide off the desk chair if I lean forward too much. So I guess we, after all the other things that I need to purchase that are necessities, maybe we start saving up for a new desk chair as well. Thank you, Infant. I actually don't remember how expensive my desk chair was. It's been so long since I got it. My main motivator for my desk chair was the fact that it's bright green and very much matched everything that I wanted in my life at the time when I got it. Realistically, my desk setup is mostly black with little hints of pops of color that don't really match each other. And if I could have my like dream desk setup, a long time ago that would have included having everything be like bright green. And it has changed and went through a phase of everything would be like a nice, like, either like desaturated sage green or a desaturated olive green, something like that. And since having infant, realistically, I like the color pink so much more. Like a nice soft blush pink. I like that so much more than I used. Like, I never liked pink, and now I do. Motherhood's a funny thing like that, I guess. I have infant on the camera next to me, watching her sleep. She knows I was talking about her because she started stirring. I'm also reminding myself that this is meant to be a sketch and fun, and I need to stop, like, trying to regiment the lines so much. It's allowed to be free and swishy. Green and pinks being complete opposites does make for some really nice, like, color palettes, though, I guess. I actually have begun to think that, like, green and pink is a great color palette for me, and I think it actually really suits me in a way. If we're being, like, really cliche, I'm a spring baby, and to me, green and, like, a nice, like, here, let me go on a tangent here. Like, a nice sort of, like, this sort of green is kind of what I'm talking about. So this sort of green with, like, a nice sort of, like, oh, not quite that. Like, blush pink. To me, that's very, like, spring. Yeah, that's not quite the right pink. I wanted a little more, like, yeah, there we go. Like, tiny little more vibrance in it. To me, that is like ultimate spring vibes, is those two colors together. Look at that. God, I could just live my life in that color palette. I won't, though. I could. I won't. Let's try to pick up that red that I was using so that I don't start freaking out about my sketch being slightly off. That's another thing I do with this character that I really, really get frustrated by with myself is try to draw like a high ponytail front on. Why do I do that to myself? Ooh, see, that's just wrong. I'm okay. Cathartic Scream, everyone. It's really good for you sometimes. Let's see if we can get a reference up. That might actually help me. Of course, all of them are from like a 3/4 back view. I could have made her have a bun. Why didn't I make her have a bun? A bun would be so easy. But no, I'm like this. This is... I'm gonna make this line thicker, so I can try and figure out from there. Some hair chunks like that, maybe. I feel like it just needs more like bits, you know? That doesn't, that kind of defies gravity in a way. So really, at a certain point, I think the hair bits need to start going this way. Defying Gravity. Funny. Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head literally for the rest of the day until I can listen to it. Hello, Ice. It's definitely not too late to give her a bun, but I mean, in reality, no one wears their hair. I mean, a lot of people do. No one has to wear their hair the same every day. I could do anything with her hair, but for the sake of this sketch, I want her to be very readable as the character that she is. I mentioned at the start of the stream, because I'm trying to, when I start a stream, do like a little intro in case anyone wants to come back and watch them later to kind of explain what the plan is. But for people who don't see the start of the stream and are coming in now, I really want to try, there's a shorts, not challenge isn't the right word. There's a trend going on in shorts that I've seen just a couple of videos of people who draw their character and then they draw their character in like a manga and a kid's cartoon and like a video game style. And that's kind of what I want to do with this. That's why I'm drawing this character. You know what? Now that I'm looking at it from a distance, it doesn't look that bad. What I really need to do is just get rid of that bit. It doesn't need to be dark like that. It can just be like that. That doesn't look too bad. Now that I'm actually zooming out to look at it. But yeah, so I want to draw at least this character. This is Brynja. Or Bryn. I want to draw this character in a couple of different styles, I think. I zoomed out for a minute, got distracted by talking, and then reminded myself it's a sketch. It doesn't have to be oh, perfect. Hiccups there. Not mad at how this sketch is looking, honestly. I took out the eyes, but realistically, maybe you would see one of her little birthmarks just poking in there. I'm gonna put it there just in case. There is... sorry. I remember that if people watch the stream later, they might not be able to see the same chat that I'm seeing, because I can't figure out how to watch a stream chat as the stream is running, but I also haven't really tried that hard. Ice has started, or is back at college, and has just finished moving in, and it sounds like you are working on very complicated, way above my brain capacity subjects. But yeah, if you can't stay around for much of the stream, or really any of the stream at all, I appreciate you jumping in. I hope you are settling well into college. I did a year of TAFE right after high school, and then I went away and did a job for a couple of years, and then I went back to TAFE, and I honestly never thought I would go back to higher education. And realistically, it's something that I just don't have the energy for anymore. I wish I did. There's so many things I would love to study if I had the opportunity to, but I don't have the brain capacity to do it at the moment. You know what I'm gonna do? See, we're gonna cheat that outline. Let's do that. Alright, I am really happy with this sketch, so I think I'm gonna leave this sketch for now. And I was... Who wants to watch me struggle more? Because I'm thinking doing a manga sketch sounds like hell at the moment for me, because I feel like imitating that sort of style is like, I need it to be precise, and I don't know if I've got precise in me right now, even for a sketch. I think I'm going to try at that point and imitate one of my favorite manga. To be fair, I haven't read a lot of manga, but I think I'm going to try and imitate my favorite manga, which is called Bakuman, and I don't think I have that in me right now. I love it because it's a manga about two high school students who want to make manga, and the whole thing is just them coming up with genius ideas for, like, manga that I would want to read, and, like, essentially, if it was ever, like, it has an anime version as well if you're not into reading manga. Little, like, promo here for my favorite. I love the anime for it, I love the manga for it, and realistically, if any of the manga in it, or the, like, it became manga or anime, I would read and watch them. And that makes me so mad that they're just little snippets inside a show and inside a book. I'm okay. We're okay. It's fun because the comments are talking about things outside of my brain power, and I'm sitting here getting too pent up on make-believe stories. So my other option is to do a kids cartoon or a video game. And I thought for fun, the kids cartoon... I don't think any kids cartoon would be necessarily easy for me to imitate, but I was thinking of doing Adventure Time because it is, to me, a very, like... It's a very... specific art style that people would really like recognize. I did think about doing Bluey, but at the same time, Bluey doesn't have any human characters in it, so I feel like that would be hard to like cross-reference into. I feel like that would make it a little difficult to Splatoon has a manga? Oh, of course it does. I'm not surprised. I did get the new Splatoon game, the Splatoon Raiders, and I have played it for approximately 20 minutes because I have an infant and I got distracted by the new Pokopia update. The big question is, how much do I want to suffer? Because I thought, I thought the really funny thing to do here would be the video game picture of my character. And I think the funny thing to do is, because my character is meant to be a Valkyrie and, you know, wings and all that, I thought it would be really funny to do Kid Icarus style pixel art, and I don't know how to do pixel art. So that'll be fun. Let's try that, huh? I thought that maybe what I might do is I do have in here somewhere, there it is, a grid brush. And I thought I could put down a grid and then try to figure it out from there. What do we think? So, okay. So what I'm thinking, right, is if I get a picture up, of a screen grab, maybe. That did not make my life easier. So, how hard could it be? Has there ever been more of a like, come ruin my day universe phrase in the entire world? I don't know. But what I do know is that looks like now okay, ideas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place down a pale pink layer like this, so that on this layer I can do the start of what I know, which is there's a white square and then black squares that go like that, a grey square there, thank you for stopping in, Ice. It's fine. Everything's gonna be great. This is great. That there. And then two more like that. And then two like that. And then two like that. I think this is like at least 3. Okay. I don't know how many that's meant to be, but underneath that there's only 2 of the white, and then that's 2 white there, And there's a grey there. And then 2 grey there. The 2 white. So that goes like that. Look, Mom, I'm doing it. That goes into black. That does not go into black, that's wrong. That goes into black, and then that goes like that. And then that. And then that. Hello, Babu Art. How are you today? You're here just in time to watch me continue to struggle. Yay! That goes to there. And then we go down to like that. Alright, that is a wing. Can you tell? Sort of, maybe. It's maybe kind of wing-like, maybe. Right? So, from there, from there, so we know in this reference that goes to be filled in there, and then that one gets filled in, and those ones would get filled in. Then that would be a sleeve. Now she doesn't really have sleeves, but she does have like pauldrons. Is that the name for it? I've already apologized to people who know armor because I don't, but I feel like pauldrons is almost the right word for it at the very least. So if I did that, that, and that, maybe that could be, because her pauldrons have little feathery things on the bottom of them. So that could almost be pauldrons, right? From here, is that 2 or 3 squares? Maybe 3 squares there. So that's going to be the guy's like back, I think. And then that would be some kind of butt area. That's a butt area, guys. Am I allowed to say butt on YouTube? Find out. Because this is the back of a leg. want to say it's like 4 here. That looks about right. Toes. And the front of the foot. So that's meant to be a leg. Bear with me. That's meant to be a leg. We're sketching this out at the moment because this is like, the wing can just be a wing, and that's fine. The rest of the character I need to adjust to look like my character. And that's what makes this part need to be a sketch rather than just going in and blocking it all out. I also, of course, made my characters like I don't know how to do armor. So I think for my character we're gonna do that as like here, because she's got like a little thing on the side of her, and then she's got like a knee plate. And the rest is meant to be like, I don't know if this is actually going to look like anything by the time I'm done with it. But who knows? I think if we do that, I'm going to also really block off that foot, I think. So what I'm going to do is again make a layer like that. Okay, so what I'm thinking for this bit is we fill in these squares. And it's a black and white game, but maybe I need to cheat and add in color to make it look like my character. And if I do that, I could add gold, where gold plating would be, which is all of these spots, and oh god, was that supposed to be gold plating here? Oh no. Oh no. No. Maybe? Maybe not. I'm gonna put it in as cream for now, because she will also have cream out the back, because she has like a skirt thing. Skirt thing, guys. Working. Totally working. Maybe. Maybe I should have put this whole guy's sprite down before I started messing around with it. Cauldron. Oop. And I can put like let's try and do on the top of this guy's head. Now, if I move this over here, that also might make my life a little easier, because I can put the picture of this guy right in front of me. I can put you guys over there so I can still kind of... Oh, I'm so sorry. Is my sound really low, or... I have not properly, like, calibrated where sound should be. I don't want to, like, go up a lot very fast, but let me know, is this actually making it any louder at all? Or is it not really helping? Has that helped at all? The music is loud. Okay, so if I... How's that? Does that help with the music at all? Or, I don't want to blow out anyone's eardrums if I really, like, hike this up at all, but I am hiking up the volume. So just, be wary of that. The volume maybe is getting hiked up. Is that any better at all? Alright, let's see. I'm gonna quickly... Okay. Here's what we're gonna try and do. I'm gonna talk like this and annoy the crap out of people for a moment, and then I'm going to mute my audio so that I can listen to how I come through on the stream, because the stream's like a couple of seconds behind where I'm at, and then I'll be able to hear where it's at in I was saying in just a moment, but I may have muted myself a little too soon. All right, how's this? How are we feeling with this? Is this better? All right, how... All right, and I think I've fixed up the background volume again, so I'm gonna just... There. No. There. All right. Hopefully that'll help. We've adjusted some volumes because I feel like my audio was really low before, and I am a little bit worried now about blowing out eardrums if the dog decides to bark. Hopefully he won't, because I watch on my OBS, and if I get too loud, I hit the red, which worries me a little bit, so hopefully I'm not blowing out eardrums, and every time I talk, I'm sitting mostly around the yellow bar. So I am afraid of being too loud, but hopefully this is okay. This has not helped me figure out how I want this to go at all. But let's see if now I can get this this going again. So, the bright side is we've got here, somewhere around here is where, I don't know if you can see the cursor, but somewhere around here is where the earpiece should be for Bryn's helmet. So, I think this should be like the bottom of her chin. And then that. So, there's like, we can put a line across, like just straight across here would be her visor. That there. There. That would be the visor. And that would be her helmet. Hair. Ponytail. And then we'd need to figure out the arm. So I guess her arm would be here-ish. No. I reckon that would be her arm. And then by the looks of it, they'll just do a fist. Like these. That's a fist. In case you can't tell, that is a fist. So that would be her arm. I'll make this her weapon. So she actually uses a pike, a big two-handed pike that she uses one-handed, but that'll probably be okay, right? Maybe? We'll find out. Let's start by putting in some of these. fill in all that stuff. Now here is basically just a lighter version of that colour. In her skin tone, which I can correct later. All right, what are we thinking? Like, how's this look? Oh, sorry, I moved everything over to the other screen, so I forgot to check chat. The current I've been asked what time it is for me. For me, it is currently 3:25 on a Monday afternoon. The middle of infant's nap time, which is, well, not the middle. She's probably gonna wake up in the next half hour. Got a very lucky infant here who sleeps from about 1:30 until 4 o'clock most days. Loving that. That makes my life so good. And I think this actually does kind of look like my character. So the next thing I'm gonna do to really like lock in all this. Now, don't look at that. I could leave it like this, or should I make it grayscale because the art for the game is grayscale? I feel like I should do that. I should make it black and white. So I'm using, you know what, YouTube doesn't pay me, so they can't really like ruin my life if I bring this in. So I've got a little screenshot from the game over here, so I think I should try and use just the colors from the game, which includes white, this grey, yep, great, this grey, and black. And I think it's just those four colours. So let's see if I can get her in just those four colours. I think I could. I think I can do that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the grid in white. And if I do that, maybe this will work. Maybe? No, it wouldn't. But this should work. There we go. So we'll go around and do the black outline again. So essentially what I'm doing at the moment, for anyone who's curious, is I have this lasso tool that as long as it's you've got the little whatever lighthouse reference layer done to a layer that has line art on it. So for this reference, the line art is those white lines, and then when I get rid of them, oh, it's going to do that. Do I want those? And how do Okay, so not working the way I wanted it to. That's fine. We'll try something else. We'll just do this one now. And just try to be as, I guess, specific as possible. Or, am I just overcomplicating my life? Who knows? Maybe we can just do it with the white, like this. Definitely me overcomplicating my life. I also just realized there's supposed to be another leg. Do I try and put that in? It would be here-ish, I think. Right? Here-ish. That's fine. That's fine. What I really need is like one more grey than what they've given me. I think. I could do, oh, though I can do the hair and the dress in white, I reckon. Then I can grab this one to use as the shading here. but it's also going to be the gold colour. Means that would have to be white. And all right. Oh, well, we're gonna need to put a background on it then. So why is pixel art so hard, you guys? One of my neighbours just started bringing in their bin, and the dog's losing his mind. And he has, in fact, just woken up Infant. Well, those pesky neighbours. That looks like it kind of works. Hold on. Alright, so then if I go... And then... You know what? We're just gonna maybe take this as much of a win as we're gonna get, because I've just made pixel art and I don't think it's too bad. Like, because I could. Oh, not that. Not that. What am I trying to do right now? Oh, my brain is trying to do things. Alright, alright. Like I mentioned, it is now after 3 p.m. on a weekday for me. So the neighbors brought in the bins, which makes the dog bark. Kids are out playing in the street, which makes the dog bark. And I can't be mad at either the kids or the dog for that. It's not either of their fault. So, my life. Oh, I can't wait to be a grumpy old lady who can get mad at kids playing in the street. It would look better if I went around and did that, but I don't think I have the energy to go around and fill in all these little bits. Especially because that's going to end up happening a lot. But, realistically, I don't think it looks that bad. I think we've done pretty good. So, let's, you know what, we're going to call that. I reckon. And realistically, like, I don't think it looks that much different. Like, I mean, it looks very different, but I think it's kind of readable as the same character. And we even managed to put some wings in there, which is just fun. So, I think since, even though Infant has settled, she's probably going to wake up in about 15 minutes. And we managed to get through a sketch and some pixel art just for fun. I think we might call it there for today. I'm so happy with how this sketch turned out. And I love how it looks as a sketch. So there is the part of my brain that's like, I could just leave it as a sketch forever. I don't have to do anything to it. And then the other part of my brain telling me that I definitely have to make it a finished piece. But I don't know, we'll see. Because I really like the sketch. I think sketches do have a lot of character to them. So I don't know. But I think for now, we might call that it for today. Put our little sprite down in the corner. And overall just be happy with how it turned out. Thank you so much for joining me in this. Sorry about the dog barking. Hopefully this new audio level will work a lot better and be a lot more in line with other videos that you guys all watch, so that you don't have to blow your eardrums out every time you have to turn me up and then quickly turn down before another video. But we'll keep adjusting it as we move forward if we need to. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, night, week, weekend, whatever it is for everyone else. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!